Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Hit me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go. Let me drop this announcement. YouTube has started something called Super Thanks. Below all of my videos, if you want to show your appreciation to independent platforms like myself, hit the thanks button. Drop your donation. It doesn't matter what it is, and it will be posted in the comment section of your video. If you drop a super thanks to me, I'll make sure that I personally thank you in the comment section. It means a whole lot. I know a lot of you work very hard for your cash. You don't have to do it. So if you would drop appreciation to me, I'll make sure I drop it back.
So,
let's
start
to
with
work.
Juicy J, because like I said, that this went viral yesterday. We were going to do it. We ran out of time, but we're going to do it today for the family. So
I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I'm being real. I'm being real. Rap music is down 40% this year. I'm going to say it again. Rap music is down 40%. Check the charts. Check the math. I don't make the rules. I do not make the rules. It's down 40%. What are we as rappers, producers, composers, etc. gonna do about this shit? Because it's down 40% this year. Check the charts. Do your research. This is a fact.
I got from that. I mean, we got the gist of what he's saying. What's your thoughts on that?
We talked about it earlier in the year that Billboard hadn't had a #1 hip hop record yet throughout the year.
Right.
It hasn't happened. And then to hear that it's now down 40% is no surprise. Why? Because originality is in the fucking toilet.
Yep.
There is none. Everybody wants to be the same drill rapper. Everybody wants to be the same thought female rapper. It's one of two things. It's either F niggas or F the ops, kill that, you know what I mean? F that hoe, all this nonsense. And they all doing it the same way, under the same cadence, with the same beat, and it's whack. There's
Right.
no originality. So when you see a Juicy J, and he ain't had the best lyrics, he ain't had the most positive lyrics, but his shit was jumping, and he was entertaining, and he was different, there is no originality. When he calls out entertainers, when he calls out creators, when he calls out producers, when he calls out these different variations of music, he's calling out people to now be original because people aren't buying it anymore. And now people are really losing because of it. It's no surprise that it's down 40% in my opinion. When you look at just where music is at, where hip hop's at in particular, there's nothing to make you want to buy it. Not what's being promoted. And the ultimate objective is what? Because we ultimately said, okay, they wanted to promote a certain agenda in hip hop. They wanted to promote the hoism. They wanted to promote us killing each other. But now it's losing money. So now what?
Yeah, and it's like now it's panic.
Yep.
It's losing money. We make money. We make we make money off shows, this, that, and the third. Let's do this because if it goes down 80-90%, then that's gonna start affecting our pocket, which is understandable. That's the business that he's in. Not no shots at Juicy J. Now my thing is, and you said it the other day, man. A lot of music isn't even timeless no more. It was like we was hard pressed to find any more timeless music. I mean, everybody sounds the same, like you said. The bars is, trash anymore. And it's just nothing but continuous carbon copies of the next artist trying to mimic their success and do what they done. And what makes it so sad is the era that we come from. You had your Biggie, your Tupac, your Jay-Z, your Mobb Deep. You know what I mean? We can go all the way down the line. Fat Joe, Big Pun, all these different people. Yeah, you know what I mean? They, were in hip-hop, but they all had a unique style about them. They could all get on a song with the same beat, but it was going to be different flows. It's like you can't have the same flow as me.
Right.
You know what I mean? What's the Reservoir Dogs joint? Crazy dope song is dope, but everybody had a different flow, a different cadence on that joint, and everybody brought it. You don't have that no more, man. You got, and now people get mad at me, the Cardi B, and then you got the replicas of the Cardi B's. Not that everybody is, per se stealing her cadence, but her style, the way she looks, the way she dresses, the way, now I call it the WAP artist. Now it's the wet ass pussy artist. Everybody got to have those type of songs now. I was looking the other day. Everybody's doing drill now in every city in America. The smallest cubby hole in America that's not even hood. Now they're doing drill rap. And it all sounds the same as the original. That's, one of the reasons why. It's losing its mystique. It's losing its sound. It's using its prestige as hip hop. And how do we save it will be the next question, Sam, man. What do we do to actually save the genre and save the culture from really going down into the drains where it's, going now?
We have to really start calling out some of the creative minds in hip hop to be creative again.
Yeah.
And we have to flush the bullshit in the toilet. Flush it down the toilet, flush it down the drain. If you're going to try to sound like somebody else, then get the F out of here. Because like you alluded to, you named a bunch of rappers that we grew up loving on the East Coast. But then down south in Atlanta, they had Outkast. In Houston, they had Bushwick Bill, Scarface, Willie D representing Houston. Florida had their rappers. Detroit had their rappers. West Coast had their rappers. Everybody sounded different. Even within their same cities, you might have the same draw. Ain't nobody saying you can't sound the same when it comes to draw. But from a creative standpoint, everybody wanted to be different. Beats had to be different. We got to dare to be creative again. And that comes with a sense of hard work, real dedication, and real creative, talented people. And we got to flush this other bullshit down the drain. There's enough going on within the independent labels and independent realm for us to really promote and find those different diamonds in the rough. Because we got to also do that. If we're getting tired of this and hip hop artists are seeing revenues drop by 40%, one, if the labels aren't helping, get up out of there and start really promoting the shit that's going to reflect creativity, what I'm saying, in a certain way. So
remember the East Coast though, man. I can remember when it was a time where the East Coast, they was really like judgmental of other people, other artists. And I gotta be honest, some of the music that was coming out in other regions was just trash. Yeah. And it wasn't that it was just trash to us, it was trash. I feel like the emergence of the East Coast, even when it slid down to the South, like the artists started taking it to another level. Like you had to now, raise your lyricism, your creativity to another level. You know what I mean? But now it's not like that no more. It's like whatever sells. Let's just put it out there. And you got it to the point where real artists don't even want to make music no more.
Exactly.
Because they know like nobody's going to hear it. Nobody's going to really appreciate it. So we need, the competition has to be back in it again too. Like where it's like, all right, Cole dropped it, Kendrick got to drop.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Jay-Z and he's older now, but Jay dropped, Nas got to drop. This person dropped, this person got to drop. And it's good for the consumer because it's all good music. Remember Kanye, hence good music. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, to save it, I agree with you. We got to start valuing too. The consumer has to start valuing the good music as well, and not just the club bangers. But I think that it kind of reflects the condition of the people as well, the type of stuff that we flock into, and this type of stuff that we love now.
Well, they bottle and package it. When you got a love in hip hop that can coincide with some of the music you listen to, or when you got when you got some of these ratchet rappers and just not positive rappers, and they can correlate that with an actual personality, and people can see that on social media, then it goes, wow, now you get a dumb culture that wants to listen to that dumbass music.
Right.
It just all goes hand in hand, but they're not buying it anymore. So what are y'all going to do about it? Let me ask you this, because you brought up Kendrick, and that made me think, okay, do we have too much of a lapse with some of our real dope artists that are promoted as dope artists in volume? Because although we don't want to hear you every year, and what I do give to Drake, and I didn't listen to the last Drake album, I'm not going to form an opinion because I ain't listened to it, but at least he drops consistently. And what I mean by consistently, it's not every month, but at least every year and a half, we know we're going to get a Drake album and people look forward to it. Kendrick dropped 5 albums in his career. J. Cole don't really drop that much music, even though he kills it with features. Do these type of artists need to drop a little more, in your opinion, or what do you feel about that? And does that hurt hip-hop in itself as well, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I will say no, because I think with those type of artists that are, in my opinion, real artists, it's a process, right? And it's not on a deadline for them. It's like it's a creative space.
Right.
Like, all right, I'm going to I might not be in that space right now, but I might be in that space 6 months, 2 years from now. That's when I'm going to give you my best music. If I'm just going to push something out for the sake of pushing something out, then you're going to get, the different artists that you got right now that begin to water themselves down. Yeah, they in their face every day, but everything sounds the same. It gets redundant. You start sounding like other people. And, Drake is, I think, a unique case of that because for the most part, most of the stuff that he puts out, are worldwide bangers for the most part.
Yeah.
But most other people, I think, the artists that we come up, listening to, it was a point in time where they dropped yearly, whatever it was, 6 months. But once they got settled in, it was like they had to be in that space. Like Jay-Z, now you're in the Magna Carta, Holy Grail space. You're in the 444 space. That's been since 2017. He hasn't been in that space to create a classic music. And that's all I want to get from those type of artists. J. Cole, your Kendrick, your Jay-Z. It has to be classics. You can't just put it out just to put it out, in my opinion. You got to put that classic, timeless music.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close on that.
Definitely. Yeah, that's definitely.